So, hello everybody, are you here? We have a big patch on our hands. Let's discuss it. I want to talk mostly about Battlegrounds, but they also do changes for the achievement system, for duels, for standard, for everything. I can touch barely on those, but I want to focus mostly on Battlegrounds because this is a massive change. It's the first time they do a big change without actually implementing another minion type. I'm not even sure if we're gonna have another minion type for the next couple of months. I have no idea. So, it all started today when Kriparian Ties Slisa got some teasers for Battlegrounds gifts. Basically, prizes is what they call them. Mostly spells, but also like a couple of minions here and there. That you get rewarded at a specific turn throughout the game for a limited duration of time. I always was kind of against Battleground spells ever since Twishshot recommended this thing as like one of the future things that the Hearthstone team can do about Battlegrounds. I always was like, do we really want it? This is like the best way to do it. Do it during an event. If it's bad, whatever. It's 1 month, never do it again. If it's good, you can keep doing it in the future. You can like reiterate on it, figure out the best way of doing it. So I'm really on board with this, how it looks like it. Again, that's like one of the best parts of Battlegrounds. You can just release crazy content, and if it's too crazy, you can just tune it down or remove it. Like we saw with a lot of heroes, for example. Let's get into it. They are listed as price turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, and turn 4. But from what I saw in Kriparian's video, you're going to get the first one on turn 4, which is 7 gold. The second one on turn 8, which is the turn after you had 10 gold. So 11 gold, but not really 11 gold. And then you're going to get turn 12 and turn 16. A lot of the games don't even go until turn 16. Turn 12, a lot of the players are dead sometimes, and I had lobbies end on turn 12 as well. So it's mostly going to be you get the first one, you get the second one, and then probably pretty often the third one. The fourth one is not going to happen that often, and it's going to be like the end game gift. Let's see. I have them open here in another tab. Let's look over them and analyze them. So the first one I had to get on 7 gold, or turn 4. I'll just refer to them as turns because it just makes everything easier. So, turn 4 gifts. I don't know exactly if they're at the beginning of the turn or at the end of the turn. I'm assuming it's at the beginning of the turn so you can play out your turn accordingly. That would only make sense. Big banana +2/+2. It's okay, but not insane. 2 gold. Okay, cool. One to every single minion. That's probably the best one without even reading the other ones. Tier 1 minion can help you get the triple, but like usually you want to have mostly 2 drops by the turn. But it's not bad. It's not great either. +1 health for the rest of the game on every single minion you see in the shop is very hard to evaluate. Also, it comes in pretty early. I think it's good one. Probably better than the gold, probably better than the bananas. Next, free refresh is cost 0, very good. And 1 extra minion in the shop for the rest of the game. Also, I think is very good. I would say this is the best one with +1/+1 to your entire board. It's basically a permanent spawn of Nizolf. Just seems amazing to me. The second best one, I would say, is the next free refresh is cost 0. Then I think it's either the extra minion or the health. Then is the other one. Then is the 2 gold, then is the discovered 1 drop, and then is the worst one is the banana. That's how I would rate them. Again, this is just without playing, so don't quote me on that, but I'm just trying to give you an idea of what to do. This one comes on turn 8, so pretty mid game. Discover a minion from your current tavern tier. I don't think you are gonna be tavern 6 unless you're playing Omu or some super power leveling hero, but I don't know if you want to play towards it. By the way, when you get this, it's not fully random. It's a discovery, so you get to see 3 of them. 3 out of 7 is roughly 50%. Under 50%, obviously, but roughly. And 3 out of 8 is a little bit more than 33%. Between 33 and 40. So you still have a very high chance of hitting any of those. I don't think you should YOLO and play around 1. But you could play around 2 of them, and you could slightly adjust your game plan to expect one of these treasures, or gifts, sorry. Again, this is mostly going to happen on your Tavern 5, so you discover a 5 drop, very good. At the end of your turn, gain +2/+2. Is it permanent +2/+2? Probably +2/+2 like on every single turn. I think it's very good as well. It's basically you have a Light Fang on one minion of your choice permanently. Might even be better than the Discovery if you already have a good minion. If you have a Divine Shield, oh my god, this can be insane. Oh, already the first two are bonkers. Replace all minions in Bob's Tavern with ones that cost a tier higher. Just once. I don't think it's that good. I think you're gonna get a couple of sixes, but no, it's not good. It's not good. Compared to those two, not even close. For the rest of the game, reduce the cost of upgrading Bob's Tavern by 2 at the end of your turn. This seems good, but you're gonna get it when you're Tavern 4 or 5. Is it really that impactful at this point? I would say no. You can level to 6 for free. For free, I mean 0. Not the number between 2 and 4. Because a lot of people on Twitch make fun of me and how I pronounce it. I know it's 3. But it's hard for me to pronounce it like that. Anyways, I don't think this one is amazing. It looks sick. Like if you'd start the game with that, it would be best thing in the game, but you don't. You could take it on like Daryl, and then as Daryl you would have like much easier leveling. Again, you will pick it sometimes, but I don't think it's gonna be a staple. Discover a minion from your last opponent's warband. So basically, Cat or a better Nosdormu. To be honest, discovering a minion from your last opponent's warband is probably better than discovering a minion of your current Tavern tier. So very good. Your battle cry is triggered twice this turn. Bran for 1 turn. Not amazing. Gain 1 gold this turn only. Return this to your hand at the end of the turn. So basically you get 1 gold every single turn. Okay. And then give a minion +5/+5 and taunt. Just raw stats. Okay, if this applies at the end of every single turn, it's by far the best treasure. Easily. And then I would say the discoveries, probably Time Thief and then on the house. Then the big buff. Then the coin every single turn. Maybe the coin every single turn might be better than the big buff, depending on how ahead you are. If you are ahead, I would pick the coin. If you're behind, I would pick the buff. And then Battle Cry is super situational, can be like insane if you get like Argus Town Buffer. Garbage if you don't. Replace all minions. Both of those are pretty bad, and I would advise picking against it. I would advise against picking them, sorry. But they're both at the bottom of the barrel. Again, I might be wrong, but I'm trying to just give you what I feel are the best choices. So, these ones you get on turn 12, pretty late into the game. So, a lot of people might not even be alive on turn 12. Usually like 5 people on average, at least in my lobbies. Give a minion Divine Shield. Insane. Ice Block. Insane. Double a minion's attack. I don't know. It has a lot of implications. I haven't thought of anything, but Deflectobot comes to mind. Hydra comes to mind. Just Cleaves. Divine Shields. Insane. Fill your hand with bananas. Not so insane. But it can be basically +10/+10. Because you have this, you play it, and then you get 10 bananas. So it's +10/+10 distributed however you want. It's not bad. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. Sometimes it might be better than doubling attack. Discover a new hero power. A bit late, don't you think? This can be like a Hail Mary, but I don't know if even what your hero power you would want late game. So I think it's pretty bad. Return a friendly non-golden minion to your hand. Give it +2/+2. Return a friendly non-golden minion to your hand and buff it. I don't think it's on par with the others. Like, sure, you can replay the minion. Like, you can replay a Strong Shell. But replaying a Strong Shell, and that's like one of the best things you can do, is not as good as any of the other picks. It has to be the worst one so far, together with Training Session. Make a random minion in Bob's Tavern golden. And then you can buy it golden, and then play it golden. Well, that's way better than the return to hand. And it's not even golden. They should have made it golden as well. Discover a minion from Tavern Tier 6. Like, how can you compare this one with this one? Whatever. So this one is the worst one. Training Session is pretty bad as well. And then double attack or bananas are pretty bad. And they depend on like... pretty good, but they depend on what board you have. Same for Divine Shield. They're all three buffs, and they all three will be very good to mediocre depending on how your board looks like. Ice Block has to be the best one, but I saw in the announcement in the developer's notes before I started recording that only one player is gonna get offered the Ice Block. So Ice Block is so good, they don't want every single player to get Ice Block because then the game is gonna last way more turns than it should. So only one player gets Ice Block. This says it that Ice Block is the best prize you can possibly get. So obviously, Ice Block is the best prize. Always pick it if you're offered it. And it's a huge advantage if you are the one player who gets offered Ice Block. I think there is a chance that no player gets offered Ice Block, but only one player at maximum gets Ice Block. At most, sorry. Tier 6 minion can also be good depending on the situation. On average, I would say Golden Minion might be the second best after Ice Block, but it's super situational. And then it's Divine Shield. And then it's, I would say Bananas is more consistent than Attack. And then Discovery. And then Attack. And then those two are just try to not pick them. And now, the prize that you're very rarely going to get, turn 16. I don't even remember how many of my games went to turn 16, but a lot of your games might go to turn 16, or some of the games might go to turn 16. Anyways, let's read them. For the rest of the game, minions cost one less. I mean, for the rest of the 1 or 2 turns left, okay. Sure. Maybe on Millhouse. Your first 5 refreshes each turn cost 0. Each of the 1 or 2 turns left. Okay. Make a friendly minion golden and return it to your hand. This is pretty good because you can also get a discovery. This is very good. Refresh your gold. So basically 10 gold. Okay, cool. Gain attack and health to match the highest on the battlefield. No, that's a minion. Basically, Faces Manipulator, but it's just raw stats. Can be good if you play Menagerie. And it doesn't work with Bran. I just was thinking of it. It doesn't work. Because you're going to be the best minion and then you're going to get +0/+0 after the first Battlecry triggers. I think, unless it works in a weird way. Discover a Dark Moon prize from each of the previous prize turns. Oh, wow. And you can use the big winner to get Ice Block, I think, even if other players got Ice Block. Big winner is the best one if you have APM to do it. For sure it has to be the best one. Give a minion Divine Shield, Wind Fury, and +10/+10. Very good. So, I would say big winner is the best one. And then stats plus Divine plus Wind Fury. And then make a friendly minion golden. And then either the Argent or the Refresh Gold. And the worst two ones are Open Bar and Family Discount. Try to avoid picking those. Overall, some of the treasures are overpowered. Some of them are okay. Some of them are situational. Some of them are unplayable. And usually there's 2 unplayables per prize. Which means even with the discovery of 3, you shouldn't really get unplayables all the time. So you should get at least one that's good. Now, some people are obviously going to get more lucky than others, which is going to cause some issues, but it is what it is. I think, again, it's a cool initiative, and if it's too broken, too crazy, they can just remove it in the future. You don't have to stick to this for the rest of Hearthstone Battlegrounds. Let's go quickly and talk about the heroes as well. So they also introduce some of the old gods that aren't already in the game. As you know, we have Yogg in the game. He's an okay hero, not as good as he used to be, but still, Yogg is an okay hero. And they introduced all the other heroes with hero powers that cost 2, similar to Yogg's, other than Nizov, which is a special snowflake, has 0 cost passive hero power. So, Khotun, at the beginning of the turn, at the end of the turn, give a friendly minion +1/+1, repeat 0 times, upgrades after each use. So, you press the button, and one of your minions gets +1/+1. The second time you press the button, one of your minions gets +1/+1, and then another minion gets +1/+1. Question, how many times do you need to press the button for this to actually be useful? Let's say you press it 5 times. 5 minions get +1/+1. Can be the same one as well. Just random, full random. Not very exciting. I cannot even target it, it's just fully random. Let's say you press it 7 times. So when can you start pressing it the first time? 5 gold. You can press it on 5, And then you can press it on 8 gold, and then you can press it on 9, 10, 11, 12. So 5 turns. No. No. It doesn't scale to be good enough. It's a hero power that you need to play aggro. This would be good for 1 gold. For 2 gold, you just cannot fit it enough times to make it useful. And yeah, you would need to play aggro with this. What I think will happen, hero is going to be completely unplayable in his form. Again, bold call. Completely unplayable, Khotun. But they'll give it a buff, make it 1 gold, then it will become a meta breaker. And you'll play it like aggro Rafam Maev curve. You need to press the hero power like 6 or 7 times for it to start being relevant. You don't have time to press it 6 or 7 times for 2 gold. Look at Rakanishu. Rakanishu is a very good hero because he's delivering the stats on a minion that you want. And you don't need to press the hero power like a million times. Just press it 4 or 5 times and it's very good. But Rakanishu targets all the stats on one minion. And you can start hero powering later in the game and still get it. With this hero power, you have to start earlier to ramp it up. If you start hero powering the first time on 8 gold or on 5 gold, hero powering on 5 gold is also not amazing. You're not dying to do it. And then on 8 gold, 9 gold, usually you do it on 8 and you don't do it on 9. And then you can do it on 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I mean, whenever I say a number bigger than 10, it's like 10 plus. No, Khotun unplayable. Nuzov. Start the game with a 1-1 fish that gains all your death rattles in combat. So basically, it's a better curator, but not really. So, a fish, is it a type? Is it a murloc? Is it an XD? What is it? Because if it has one type, then you can build around it the same way you build around Amalgam, but in a different way that you have to just play full death rattles. Who wants to play full death rattles? Deathwing. How does it look for Deathwing? The thing is, this is very good with Great Wolf. You just steal Great Wolf's hero power, it becomes another Great Wolf. It's also pretty good mid-game with like Harvest Golem or whatever. The thing is, can you buff it? How can you buff it? I want to know what the fish means. Question mark hero, but I don't see it being insane. At the same time, it's really good with spawn as well. It can just be a spawn if you have a spawn. I don't know. Like, imagine if you have spawn and Harvest Golem and you have this. It's already insane. Maybe it is good, and then you have to play Great Wolf. I don't think it's going to be a top 10 hero, but it might be a top 15 niche hero. Again, I think he's going to be on the power level of Yogg. That's my prediction. So pretty good, but not the best. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm underestimating it. Right now I'm thinking of Spawn. I'm thinking of Imprisoner, Harvest Golem, Great Wolf. Start of combat. Add a minion from your tavern tier to your warband and keep it. Since you cannot have more than 7 minions, this pretty much only works when you have 6 minions. So it's kind of like a Yogg. It's kind of like a Yogg, right? It's a different Yogg. It definitely encourages power leveling. Just press that level button and try to curve out with the hero power. Huh. I like it. I like it. The thing is, it's going to be quite useless mid-game, but you know what you can do? You can go to Tavern 6 really quickly, and then every single turn end with 6 minions, and then just hope you get a good 6-star. I actually think this hero has potential. Maybe it's going to be like super good. Or maybe it's going to be like just mediocre. I don't know. I'm feeling it's going to be good. I don't know if it's top 10 good, but it's going to be good. So I have hopes for Nuzov and Discharge. No hope for Khotun unless he gets buffed. Okay, let's move on. Hero pool updates. Galakron has been temporarily removed. They put him in quarantine. Another one bites the dust. Sir Finley Murgleton has returned. AK Zamzarak has returned. Competitive Spirit has been added to the secret pool. They added another secret so that people don't go for the bug abuse. And Comp Spirit is pretty good actually. What it does is at the beginning of your next turn you get +1/+1 to all minions. I think that's how it was in constructed. Anyways, it's a good secret. or decent at least. Really looking forward to playing Zamzorak, and I'm really looking forward to see if Sir Finley is going to be good or toxic, because the metagame right now is probably better than ever, and I'm wondering maybe that's because there's no Sir Finley, but maybe I was putting too much blame on Finley. Anyways, let's see with this. Silas increased overall chances of getting tickets after turn 1. I really like this change, and I was saying that's the best way to change Silas, because you still want to have to spend 9 gold to get your triple. It's just that more minions should have tickets so that you have some options, and they should always play with the number of minions that have tickets to not give tickets on every single minion, but not give tickets so regularly as they do now. So Silas is actually better. How much better? I don't know. Maybe he's gonna be like worth playing. Talking about worth playing, Jeff, aka Zephyr is the Great, very good right now with hero power costing 3. Silas and Zephyr just became like very, very nice. Patches also became way better. I'm looking forward to playing all of these 3 heroes. Okay, new minions. Again, super cool that they introduced new minions without them being a tribe. So they're trying to like refresh and make it interesting, the neutral pool as well. Let's see. One drop, Taunt Reborn. So 1 star 2/2 comes back as a 2/1. It's very good. It's basically a 2/4. Okay, it's not a 2/4. It ties with a 2/3, but it also ties with a 2/4. So it's basically a 2/3. It's a 2/3 that trades with a 3/4, whereas a 2/3 just doesn't. One of the best 1-drops. It has no affiliation though, which means you don't buff it, doesn't have synergies. So Rockpool and the Dragon are still going to be better in some situations, but very good 1-star. Whenever this is attacked, give a DS in minions +1/+1. Very good as well for a 2-star. Very, very good for tempo. Wow, okay. Might be better than Imprisoner. On 6 gold especially. If you attack it, if somebody attacks it, and you have 2 minions, 1 on the left, 1 on the right, it's basically a 4/5. Sick. Okay. Warden of Old, tier 3. 3/3, okay. Add a gold coin to your hand. So it gives you a coin every single time it dies. Such an interesting effect. And you can always sell it for 1 coin. So you get your money back if you get 2 coins. I think it's good. It's gonna be a good minion to get early on Tavern 3. I like it a lot as well. Oh my god, they're putting good minions in the game. What is this? Whenever a friendly minion is attacked, give it +3 attack. Whenever a friendly town minion is attacked, give it +3 attack. Wait, didn't we have something similar to this? We had a guy that buffed towns. They put it back in the game, but like better. And it's not free attack permanently. Right? It's just free attack during that round. It's okay. It's 3-star 4/5. It's a pile of stats, if anything. 4/5 is just good enough for 3 stars. After you summon a demon, gain +1/+1 permanently. And he's a demon, so we got a new demon on 4 stars. That's big. That is big. And talking about big, it's also going to be good with Floating Watcher. I don't know if demons needed something more, but this is maybe gonna put demons at one of the best tribes in the game. They already were pretty good. Pirates didn't get anything other than patches getting better. But I'm having high hopes for demons. Did they remove Floating Watcher? I hope they didn't remove Floating Watcher. Let me take a peek. Righteous, the Beast, CF, Zerus. Okay. So Floating Watcher is still in the game and we have Big Fernal just added on top of the pool. That seems dangerous. Demons are gonna go crazy with this. I don't know why Blizzard wants demons to be good, because demons are just stats and divine shields afterwards with selfless. But anyways, I'm just reviewing the content. I'm a bit scared by this. I think demons might be too good. But I don't know. Dragons are very good. The elementals are very good. Demons might as well be very good. Let's just make some buffs for pirates as well and it's all good. Did they? I don't see any pirate. RIP. After a friendly minion with taunt dies, give its neighbors +2/+2. Hard to evaluate. I think it's okay. It's good stats on 5-5. And it incentivizes taunting. Taunting is always good anyways. I like to taunt all my minions regardless. Because then I can buff them easier with Strong Shell. So as long as we have Argo Strong Shell, I like taunting minions. So any minion that has an effect around taunting minions plus decent body is good, not as a permanent unit, but for a couple of turns. So this is good. Whenever a friendly taunt minion is attacked, gain +1/+1 permanently. It kills pretty slowly though. You need to have like, even if you get this ahead of the curve, and you have like 2 or 3 taunts, gets +2/+3. Nah, it's weaker than Grubber. I saw Thais comparing it with Grubber. I don't think it's Grubber level. This might be the weakest minion that they showed. Unless there's something that I'm missing, I don't think this is gonna be amazing. Again, it's gonna be amazing in full taunt comms, but it's not easy to just clap your hands and go full taunts. So this is not gonna be a card that you want to hit ahead of the curve like you do with Grubber or with Floating Watcher or whatever. It's gonna be something that you're gonna buy if you already have like 4 taunts and you try to get it golden afterwards. So it will be good in some situations. Just super rarely, super niche, but when it's gonna be good, it's gonna be really good. Then we have Faceless Tavern Goer. Tavern 5. Choose a minion in both Tavern, transform into a plain copy of it. I like it. Basically, it can give you an easier way of tripling. Let's say you have a minion, and then you buy this when it's offered. You roll, you hit a duplicate, and then you can just you can just play this to copy the duplicate, and then you just buy the duplicate in the triple. So it's gonna be easy way of tripling, but it's on Tavern 5, which is fine. It incentivizes you to go to Tavern 5 quicker to be able to triple from there. I didn't think of other utilizations, like it could be buffs, it could be getting a duplicate of Lightfang, Bran. It could be very good. Again, this is gonna be the best way to triple Bran or Lightfang or whatever. Very good unit. Very, very good unit. Okay, at the end of the turn, gain +1/+2 for each minion type you control. Oh my god. That's a reverse Lightfang. Very good as well. The power level is going to be interesting. I don't know what we're going to do. I have to reevaluate the way I think about every single minion because every single thing that they're adding here is really good. I didn't remember what they're going to take out, but they are adding really good minions. Not completely busted, just really good. Okay, 6-star. Divine Shield, reborn whenever a friendly taunt minion is attacked. This gets attacked instead. Huh. Okay. Interesting. It's hard to buff her. She's gonna also want to be played in taunt comps because the only way to buff her is taunting her and then taunt buffing her. She's not a tribal, so it doesn't seem amazing. She seems pretty flat. Interesting in some situations, but pretty flat. Maybe you want to protect your taunted Hydra. Could be a situation for that. And again, I think it's gonna be a tempo legendary. Like, sorry, 6-star. One of those that you get not to have as an endgame composition, but when you're offered this and Zap and, I don't know, Elisa, and you have a taunted Hydra, you just buy this to like protect your taunted Hydra. Keep in mind, you get the 7/7 Divine Shield, and then you get the 7/1 Divine Shield. I think that's pretty good. It's a lot of stats. It's gonna be just a pile of stats. That's it. Pile of stats. To be honest, you could compare it with Gascoiler. Gascoiler is a 7/7, no Divine Shield, gives you 2 minions, usually garbage minions. It's a 7/7, Divine Shield, summons a 7/1 Divine Shield. It's better than Gascoiler in its original form. Worse because you cannot buff her. But it's a tempo pick. Again, after looking at the numbers, I actually think it's going to be very good in the early turns. It's going to be one of the best early discoveries. And now the metagame seems to be very taunt heavy, which I like. I like taunting. So, yeah. Pretty good minions. I'm looking forward to it. I'm afraid that demons might be like very good, but taunts are also going to be very good. Pirates are not amazing, but like, I don't know. They're not unplayable. We have like now a very interesting metagame, and with how these minions look like, I think the metagame is going to be even more interesting. If anything, I'm afraid of this. of the prizes of being too powerful. But again, it's a limited time event. They can always just change things. I haven't discussed about what cards they take out from the minion pools. They take out Righteous Protector. That's fine. The Beast, perfectly fine. It's unplayable. Crowd Favorite was pretty good, but is nothing compared to the minions that they add right now. And Zerus, I actually am happy that they removed Zerus. It's a very toxic way of RNG, and it was fun for a year to have it get some stream highlights and stuff like that. But right now, this is much better, much more interesting, and it's gonna be fun. And again, I really like that they managed to do an update without adding another tribe. This doesn't mean that they will not add another tribe in the future. They can do all sorts of crazy things with Battlegrounds. I'm loving the direction they take, and I'm loving most of the changes here and most of the prizes. I'm looking really forward to playing the new update. I don't want to talk too much about Consadi because I haven't played that much, but I don't think this nerf is enough to make Demon Hunter bad. I don't know if they want to make Demon Hunter bad, because from what I saw, they can change the Demon Hunter cards after 1 year anyways, right? I don't know exactly how it's gonna function. We'll see. And I don't know why they nerfed Bran to 8. I think Hunter is just doing well on ladder, but I don't see it as being an amazing tournament deck. But Bran on 7 was pretty early. Voracious is a good nerf. I don't know why they're nerfing Lore Keeper. This doesn't seem like an OP card. They're doing duels a little bit cheaper, which I'm super excited for. Now you're gonna need way less epics to be able to unlock the extra treasures. Okay, not way less. A bit less. I wish they would make duels just like completely free and not even have this, but I don't know. It's easy for me to say just make everything cheaper, lol. And then they're changing a couple of things. I haven't kept in touch with duels, but I'm definitely going to try some duels, and I'm definitely going to try some constructed after the changes come. But first and foremost, I'll just play Battlegrounds like absolute crazy, because I also have 2 tournaments, one in 1 week and one in 2 weeks, and I really want to do my best in those tournaments. I love fresh meta games, and I'll do my absolute best to do well in this one. And I'm pretty hyped for the Battlegrounds patch. And yeah, they also seem to have some events. Seems like a simple event, only quests and packs. I was hoping for something more interesting. Like, what if they would do like an event, kind of like a carnival, which would feed the theme of the Darkmoon Fair, where you buy some tickets with gold or money, and then you participate in some events, and then you get some specific prizes like golden cards, something more interesting. This seems pretty lazy, just giving away packs, but whatever, it's better than nothing. Miscellaneous, always good. I don't know, a lot of changes. So let me know in the comments if I missed something, if I interpreted something the wrong way. But I don't know, I'm super happy to see Battlegrounds getting so much love. And I think right now Battlegrounds is probably the best and most affordable game mode to play within Hearthstone. You don't even need the perks. You don't even need to like have played in the last couple of months. You just log in and press play and you're in the game. I wish they would make constructed and duels in the arena as accessible as Battlegrounds, but that's gonna be like a slower path. I'm pretty sure they're working on making Hearthstone more approachable, and we'll see. For now, let's enjoy Battlegrounds while it's so fresh and nice. I'll be playing and streaming a lot on Twitch TV RD Live. If you haven't already, make sure to check it out. And with that said, hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like, and I'll see you online. See ya.